and little beady
Hi
hair
everyone,
underneath
I'm
the
looking to
collar,
the pathways off. Let's
spiky
continue.
hair on the top, and maybe little sticky out ears at the side. And I know this always works. Look, a little bit of stubble all over his chin. Not very nice at all. If you don't want to do a drawing, you can always cut out a magazine photo and put the top half of the head above that fold and the bottom half of the head below the fold. And don't forget to cut the face in half, or it's not really in half, it's cut it through the mouth so that you get that effect. And then open out your gruesome head and take a red tip felt tip pen and just draw a great big explosion box in there, or an explosion bubble, as they call them in comics, and just write whatever you want your bookmark to say, something like, ah, and then join the two halves of your head up behind the explosion box, so it looks as if he's actually saying it. There it goes, behind like that, and then join up the two halves of the mouth, so he's got a great big mouth on him, and put all the details in to make it really gruesome. Maybe his teeth and a horrible tongue. Don't forget his top set of gnashes and the dangly bit at the back of the mouth. That's gruesome enough. And then colour the whole thing in so it looks something like that. And then fold it back together again and just hook it over the page of your book that you're up to. Now, I haven't even started this art book yet, so I'll put him right there at the beginning of the book. And then stand him up, and he's ready. And if you accidentally pull out the bookmark, he screams at you.
Ah!
And you can do any design you like. Try it yourself. Maybe even do your design on a piece of scrap paper first. But here's a tip. Make it as gruesome as you possibly can.
Ah!
And if you do a photograph, don't forget to colour in between the two halves of the head and put her saying, ew. And you can always put a surprise in your bookmark. There's a nice fluffy kitten, but what's he saying? Rawr. And the great thing about these is you can be as rude as you like. But charming. Try it yourself. A screaming bookmark.
Oh, what a clever
Hi
idea.
again, head.
Hello, it's me, the head.
I know.
The most important thing to remember is that you do half the face below the fold and half the face above the fold. And in the space in between, make it as gruesome as you like. Hey, I know another way to make a bookmark scream. Tell it a ghost story.
Arty fingers.
How'd you turn one of these into one of these? An ancient warrior mask. Come and have a look at this. Now, you can get an old cardboard box from the supermarket or something, then take an A3 size piece of paper and fold it in half like that, with a folded edge down the left-hand side, and then, starting at that folded edge, draw half a shield shape onto your piece of paper, and make sure your shield shape is at least 25 centimetres from top to bottom. And then draw half a mouth shape, again at the folded edge, and then right in the middle, an eye. And then cut the eye out, and the mouth, and all of that area, and you get something that looks like that. There it is. Now open that out, and you have a paper mask shape. Then take your cardboard box and place your paper mask onto the bottom corner so that the fold of your mask goes along two of these edges of the box. Now, it's a bit tricky to do this, so I'm just going to hold it really carefully. Hold your mask on and then draw around the edge of your paper mask shape onto the cardboard box like that and into the mouth. I'm just doing it quickly here to show you. You can take a bit more time over it. Like that, and then again round this side. Again, just carefully holding it into place. There, and then down there. You know, I think some of these art attacks you have to have 3 hands for. Unfortunately, I've only got 2. But there it is. And then just tip your box over. And these 2 points here, if you just join them at the top, curving it right round the corner, again, you can take more care over it, like that. And then the idea is to cut the whole thing out. Now, it's probably best to pop a hole into the eyes first to make it easier to snip them out, and again, into the mouth, like that. When you've cut the whole thing out, you'll have something that looks like this. There it is. For the moment, it's a cardboard mask, and it's featureless. So you've got to pop on some features. Now, take an A4 size piece of paper this time. It can be drawing paper, it can be any old scrap newspaper, anything you like, and just scrunch it roughly into a nose shape. Now, okay, I know you're saying, hold on, that looks nothing like a nose. Well, it will in a minute. And just tape it into position. And again, the great thing is you don't have to be neat with any of these things. And then pop on 2 eyebrows, roughly in the position that you think an eyebrow should go, just above the eye like that. And 1 there, like that. And then do the tinier features, like around the eyes and around the mouth, using some twisted up tissue paper or loo paper. And just twisting it there into shape, like that. And then take some PVA glue and just dab that around your eye or around your mouth, wherever you're going to place it. And then stick your twist into position, just modelling it with your fingers as you go. And again, it doesn't have to be neat. And when you've done all your features, you'll have something that looks like that. And see what I've done here? I've even done the hairline around the top, and I've done the mouth and the eyes. And look at this. This sort of curly beard all adds to the ancient Greek warrior effect. Now, take some PVA glue and mix it with some water. 2 parts glue, 1 part water. And take some black tissue paper and just simply paste on your strips of black tissue paper onto your mask. And you've seen me do this before. It's just a case of slopping on the glue and pasting on your tissue paper on top of it. And just keep going over the whole of the mask, inside and out, pressing the tissue paper down into those cracks and creases there. And if it comes back up, just paste it back down again like that. And cover the whole of the mask, inside and out, leave it to dry, and you'll have something that looks like that. Look at that. The PVA glue and the tissue paper has gone rock solid. And now the good bit, the messy bit. Let's put on the ancient metallic effect. And again, just scrunch up a ball of tissue paper or loo roll, dip it into some poster paint or acrylic paint. Silver paint works brilliantly for this. And then just use your ball of blue paper,
and I have to say that
tissue paper,
Neil has been now the perfect host for this program,
your metallic effect,
and also we've found the cheapers.
Just keep dabbing it on,
and
you
he
notice I'm not
played
pressing it down into those
character
cracks and creases.
I did in Sab.
All the black cracks that are left give this great sort of ancient cracked metal effect. And if you like, I've got some gold paint here. You can just pick out some of your features, like along the nose or along the eyebrows or even on the eyes, and just do the whole mask in the same way. And when it's finished, leave it to dry, and it'll look something like that. Look at that, an ancient warrior's mask. And you can try gold and silver, or you can try just gold or silver. You see, this one here on the right is just gold paint. And what about that one on the left? It's got a helmet on it. And the way I did that is I just scrunched up some newspaper and tissue papered over the top of it. Try it yourself, an ancient warrior's mask.
Hi again, Head.
Hello, it's me, the Head. You'll
What do
need
we
the
know?
corner of a cardboard box. Then build up the features with scrap paper and cover the whole lot in black tissue paper and stick it down with PVA glue. When it's dry, add some silver or gold paint. Do you want to see mine?
Okay.
Oh, no! I forgot the cardboard box. Oh!
Poor Head. Anyway, money doo-doos.
My name's Erica. This is my t-shirt. First we did a rough design, and then I went over it with fabric crayon. Then our teacher ironed it onto our t-shirt and I coloured it in with fabric paint. My name is Lisa. This is my t-shirt. I painted it with fabric paints.
Oh, fantastic do-it-yourself t-shirt designs there using fabric paint. Now, I've been doing a spot of my own t-shirt design research to see if there's any alternative to using those specialist fabric paints. And this is what I came up with. Here's a fantastic design that I did using red poster paint. Unfortunately, it all came out in the wash, so poster paint's no good. This was a little bit better, ordinary felt tip pen, but again, the problem was it faded and ran in the wash. This was much better here. Nail varnish using Mum's leftovers. Went on well and survived the wash. The only problem with nail varnish is you can't get many different colours. Unlike acrylic paint, you can get lots of colours, goes on brilliantly and survives the wash. But obviously you don't boil wash any of these. And it was acrylic paint that I used to design my Art Attack t-shirts. And let's face it, they've had a few washes in their time. But the surprise result were these. Permanent markers and gold pen. And if you stick some cardboard inside the t-shirt to stretch it before you do it, it's easier to actually draw onto the cotton. And it also protects the back of the t-shirt and stops the ink going through. And the technique here is just to do lightly flicked lines like that. Not too much ink on, otherwise it will smear. And another good tip is to just draw your design in pencil before you apply the permanent marker. And if you make a mistake, you can just rub it out before committing to the dreaded permanent marker. I actually think they're great things, these, because they survive the wash.
Yay!
Now, obviously, I'll say it again, don't put it on too hot a wash. Nice gentle wash. And you may find that your t-shirt will fade over time. But then, it's just simply a case of going over the original lines with your pens again. And there it is. You just do a fancy bit of design up the top there. And that's it, finished. So there it is. Permanent markers and gold pen. Definitely get my thumbs up for jazzing up your old t-shirts.
I think it's good. Okay. Take care, and I will see you guys in part 4.